Nearly 23 million Americans who had COVID now have long COVID. This means they have COVID-related symptoms more than 3 months after recovering from COVID-19.
Hello everyone, I'm Sign1News anchor Gatry Killings. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Here's what's happening today. The family of Adarian Murray, the 11-year-old Mississippi child, shot in the chest by a police officer, is filing a lawsuit against the police department and the city. On May 20th, Adarian's mom, Nikayla, told him to call 911 for help after the father of one of her other children showed up at their home at 4 in the morning. She says when Officer Greg Capers arrived, she opened the door and he already had his gun drawn. He asked everyone in the house to come outside. But Murray says when her son came out of a room, he got shot. He was hospitalized with a lacerated liver, broken ribs, and was put on a ventilator because of a collapsed lung. It's been more than a week since the shooting, and Adarian is remarkably in good spirits. But he says sometimes when he's alone with his thoughts for too long, he has nightmares that he's lying in a coffin, dead. The Murray family has filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Indianola, its police chief, and several officers, including Capers. They're seeking $5 million in damages. The Food and Drug Administration has issued a warning about an approved treatment for diabetes and weight loss. They are sold under popular brand names like Ozempic, Rybelsus, and Wegovy. Ozempic and Wegovy have been on the FDA's drug shortages list since last year. The FDA says when drug shortages happen, sometimes compounded or mixed versions of the drugs are prepared. But the agency has not reviewed those compound versions for safety, effectiveness, or quality. The FDA has received reports of adverse effects in people who used compounded semaglutide. The agency advises people to use the approved drug instead of the compounded version when available. According to a statement from industry leaders, academics, and celebrities, artificial intelligence could lead to global annihilation. They say reducing that risk of happening should be a top global priority, along with pandemics and nuclear war. The statement on the Center for AI Safety website is from dozens of experts, including top executives at AI Open, Google, and Microsoft. Other people include the so-called godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, climate advocate Bill McKibben, and the musician Grimes. Experts say AI is a long way from what people have seen in sci-fi horror films. But several industry leaders are asking Congress to regulate it now, before major mishaps might occur. The much-anticipated debt ceiling bill moved past a key hurdle Tuesday. Barely. The bill, the result of a deal between House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Joe Biden, cleared the House Rules Committee by a 7-6 vote. The legislation then headed to the House floor today, Wednesday, for debate. And passed. Now it heads to the Senate for a vote. But the time frame for getting the bill to President Biden's desk is very tight. And McCarthy is facing a growing revolt by Republicans over the deal he struck with Biden. The Treasury Department says if the debt ceiling isn't raised by June 5th, the nation will no longer be able to pay its financial obligations. "47-year-old singer and songwriter Sia says she has autism. She is most well known for writing and performing mega hits like Chandelier. But she's also famous for using wigs, hats, or other props to cover her face, or refusing to face a camera or audience. Sia didn't specifically say that's because of her autism, but the condition can affect how people interact with others. She made the revelation on an episode of Rob Has a Podcast. She implied she's only known about her diagnosis for a couple of years. She also said she's in recovery. Sia has been open about seeking treatment for substance abuse in the past. Actress Ming-Na Wen received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Tuesday night. She is credited for paving the way and opening doors for many other Asian Pacific Islander actors in Hollywood. Wen spent her early years in Macau and Hong Kong before her family moved to New York when she was about 6. She went on to study drama at Carnegie Mellon. She later earned the first contract role for an Asian American on a daytime drama with As the World Turns. She's also known as a voice of the animated Mulan film. She currently stars as Fennec Shand on the Disney Plus shows The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. Her Walk of Fame honor comes at the end of American, Asian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Oh, wow. This story is very interesting. People are still flocking to the small town of Gower, Mississippi to see a so-called real-life miracle. They are there to see the body of a nun named Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster. She died in 2019 at the age of 95. But her body was dug up so it could be moved to a new resting place under the altar in the chapel. Here's the miracle. When they opened the coffin, after 4 years in the grave, the nun's body showed no decay. It was remarkably well preserved, or incorrupt, as it is known in the Catholic tradition. Some experts say that's not necessarily a rare occurrence, but many visitors are seeing it as a sign from God. Wow, what do you think? Share your comments. We'd love to know your thoughts. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Have a great day.